Good Monday morning, everyone. So today we celebrate the baptism of the Lord. I know some of you mentioned to me that y'all were a little confused. You thought when you came to Mass on Sunday, we'd be celebrating the baptism of the Lord, but instead we were celebrating the Epiphany. Well, that's because traditionally the Epiphany is celebrated on January 6th, which was Friday. If we had celebrated the Epiphany on January 6th, its traditional date, then indeed we would have been celebrating the baptism of the Lord on Sunday. But here in the United States, the diocese moves the celebration of the Epiphany to the Sunday that lands between January 2nd and January 8th. And so yesterday, Sunday, we were celebrating the Epiphany. What happens is there's 3 Sundays in the Christmas season, and usually on those 3 Sundays we celebrate the Holy Family. One Sunday we celebrate Epiphany, another Sunday, and we celebrate the baptism of the Lord on the 3rd Sunday. But this year, since Christmas and New Year's were on Sundays, then the celebration of the Holy Family and the celebration of the baptism of the Lord got squeezed off of Sunday. We celebrated the Holy Family on the Friday before that weekend, and we celebrated the baptism of the Lord. We celebrate it today. In my newsletter in the bulletin, I talked about Pope Benedict. His funeral was last Thursday, and in the article, I mentioned that, one of Pope Benedict's most significant achievements, while I was still Cardinal, I was Cardinal Ratzinger, was the editing and the putting together of the Catechism of the Church. He did that for Pope John Paul II. Pope John Paul II asked him to edit it and put it together, and it's quite a work. And which reminds us that, we ought to pick up the catechism, try to learn the catechism. A couple of great ways to do that. Our Why Catholic series, our small group community series, is based on the catechism. This year, we're studying the second of the 4 parts of the catechism, the second part on sacraments. So I encourage you to join a small community. It's not too late to join one and to continue to, or form one, and continue to study the catechism. Also, you may have heard about Father Mike Schmidt's Catechism in a Year. He had the very popular Bible in a Year, which he did a couple of years ago. Now he's doing a Catechism in a Year, where each day throughout the year he'll read a little bit of the catechism and talk and reflect on that part of the catechism. So I encourage you to check that out. Check out the Catechism in the Year. So hope you have a good week. I'll talk to you again on Friday. Bye, everyone.